Hi humans, where have I been? Long time no see. I know, tell me about it. I've been busy, not necessarily working on whips, but I have been working just in general, like humans and adults do. My mental health has been not so good, so I haven't had the can-do, as I like to call it, to actually film anything. And the camera I had was not good quality, meaning I couldn't film longer videos, and the lengths of my videos were basically cut into 12-minute segments and then clipped together by myself. So the reason that I had to get a new camera basically. So what you're watching me on at the moment is the, what's it called? The DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Cost a pretty penny, but it's well worth it. I love this camera now. It can, as you can see, I've got a little speaker thing here, so you can actually hear me well. And yeah, you can see me in better HDness, I suppose. Or like, I can actually zoom in with this one, and it can autofocus. So if I come really close and go like this, it will focus. So yeah. Oh, also, another thing I did before, when I finished seeing you guys last time, 10 months ago, I started a nail course. So now I practice nails. These are my current set, if you want to see. There you go. That's my current set. Yeah, so I've been doing acrylic, well, not acrylic necessarily, but just fake nails, or however you want to say it, nail extensions, nail art, whatever you want to say. I plan on doing some videos of like do nail art with me and stuff like that. So with this camera I can actually do it. So let's get started with, let me just check my notes. So how this video will work, this is a different video, so this is not a podcast episode. This is a knitting vlog. So you will basically see me in clips that I piece together, showing me actually working on whips with music overlaying, and then other clips of me explaining what I'm doing, what my process is, what I'm working on, why I'm working on it, what I'm up to with working on said whip, and then yeah, we'll just go through it with that. But this is just the intro sort of thing, where I'll show you, sorry if I keep stopping, it's been a long time since I've done this, where I show you, yeah, what I'm working on and what I'm up to. I've got a whole new catalogue of whips. If I don't show you something in this video that you saw in last video, it's because I either haven't worked on it or I've frogged it. I'll explain some of the things I've not going to work on anymore, because there's some things that have turned into something else from things I've made in the past. But yeah, all of these current whips are either I'll work on in this video or the next video, or you'll see me working on over the course of this video. But yeah, strap in, let's go through all my whips that I'm working on in this video. Alright, so the first thing I am going to show you is my very current whip that I'm working on, that I work on actively at the moment. So this one is what I'm working on at the moment. This is the halibut sweater. That's what I have of it. You can see the fish. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. And I can actually see what I'm showing you guys. So it's not off camera like over here. I can actually see what I'm showing you, because there's actually a screen on there. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. Here's the back. So there's fish on both sides and on the arms. And I'm up to the ribbing at the moment, on the body. So I'm down here on the ribbing, working on that. And then I will start the sleeves after that. This is what I'm working on currently, what I've been focusing on. So you'll see me in another clip working on this, and working on the ribbing, and hopefully soon working on the sleeves. Once I get through the ribbing, I have to do about, I think 3 inches or 8 centimeters. Yeah, that sounds alright. Of ribbing, basically. And then I've done only let me see, about four rounds of ribbing so far. But yeah, I've got to do 8 centimeters. So I've started the ribbing. I had to switch needles a couple times because I didn't have the right needles. I'm using the Licker colour wooden needles. So these are the my new needles I bought recently. I am obsessed with the Licker needles. They are my favourite knitting needles now. Obsessed. I bought them because Handmade with Kaye and Kelsie threads, so Kahila and Kalila, they both use liquor needles and they both swear by them. So I thought I'll give them a whirl, see how they are. It was a treat to myself, so, and I love them. They were quite expensive for being in Australia, but like it was expensive for knitting needles, but I'm in love with them, so I'm obsessed. So you can see here, they're the wood ones. And I've got needle stoppers on there that look like monstera leaves. So, yeah. So that's my halibut sweater. And then because I started a halibut sweater for myself, naturally I have to start a halibut sweater for my mum. Sorry about that. Just a message on my phone. Let me just get rid of that. Sorry about that. My apologies. I should probably silence my phone. There we go. Okay. So, out of practice. So naturally I would start a halibut sweater for my mum. So here is the beginning of her one. I'm obsessed with this high contrast black and white look. Here you can see where I'm up to. That's where I'm up to. So I've just started the fishtail here, as you can see. So it will look like what the other one looks like eventually. But yeah, the high contrast of the black and white is stunning. But yeah, so I'll go like this. I will eventually get around to finishing that, but I'm also working on this currently as well. So if I want plain knitting or stockinette knitting, I knit on my halibut sweater. If I want colour work, I knit on this one. And I'm using, for my halibut sweater, the rust coloured one is Rust, the colour, the main colour. It feels like alpaca by, what was it? I think Lion Brand. Hold on, I've got the ball band here. Yeah, Lion Brand. So this is what the yarn is. Feels like alpaca. Let me just cover my face. There you go. Yeah, it's the colour Rust for my one, and the colour, pretty sure it's Ecru or white. One or the other. And this one is white. And this yarn, I actually don't know what this yarn is called. I might go get it. Hold on, I'll go get one of the bands. Alright, sorry about that. Brief intermission. So this yarn is 50% acrylic and 50% cotton. It's called Draper James Classic Cotton. 100 grams. 175 yards. Sorry, I had to come across the house and come back. I'm out of breath. In Belmead Black. And it's a 4-weight medium acrylic yarn. So that's what it looks like there. Alright, so that's the black in my mum's halibut sweater. Alright, now we'll move on to my mum's temperature blanket. So for the year she was born, I am doing her a temperature blanket. I've made myself one in the past, as you've probably seen. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. That's completed. So my mum's one, I'm up to August at the moment. So this is January's square, as you can see by the little tag. January, February, March, April, May, June, and then July. And at the moment I am working on August. So that's Mum's temperature blanket I'm working on. Sometimes in this video, sometimes maybe not. I haven't touched it for a while. At the moment I'm really hyper focused on knitting. So knitting is my main focus at the moment. But yeah, I do crochet every now and again when the feeling strikes. So what's next? I'll start with this one. This is my key sweater. I saw, as again, I'll link them below, hopefully if I can remember. Kalila and Kahila, the knitting twins, they're known on TikTok, I think, and they're, Handmade with Kaye and Kelsie threads. I obsessively watch their videos on their knitting, like daily vlogs that they did in the past. I obsessively watch and rewatch them, as I have something to watch when I knit. This is my key sweater. So I saw Kelsie Threads make this one and I thought I need to make one right now. So I casted it on and then I started this. I've been working on it a while. The only complaint I have about it is that this yarn I used is thicker than what the pattern calls for. So it is thicker, so it is kind of hard to maneuver the stitches on these needles. So it's not hard, but it's like tough. So because the fabric is unblocked as of the moment, because I haven't blocked it yet because I haven't finished it, it's quite stiff. So it makes it very stiff, like you can hear that. Like it's very stiff and very rugged. It's not a harsh yarn like by any means. The yarn's quite soft actually. That's what I have of these two balls at the moment. But yeah, it's not like rough yarn. It's quite soft because it is merino. But it is, yeah, quite stiff. So it's kind of hard to maneuver the stitches around the cord as you're knitting. But yeah, I really need to get back into working on this one. Maybe you'll see me working on this soon in this video, hopefully, if I get the can-do to work on it. Alright, another one I've been working on is, every now and again, I started this one, so you guys haven't seen this before. This is the V-stitch scarf. I'm double stranding this cake. I think it was a Karen cake. I forgot what colourway it was called because I don't have the ball band anymore. Because this cake was basically in my junk drawer for some reason. I took it out, knit with it, did this thing, made that, I frogged it, made this, frogged it, and then now it's finally become something. It actually is a V-stitch scarf by PassioKnit Kelsie. It's her V-stitch scarf pattern on YouTube. So I'm following that at the moment, and this is crochet, by the way. Sorry if I haven't said it for the other ones. This is crochet. The two halibut sweater and the key sweater was knit, and my mum's temperature blanket is crochet. So this is crochet. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. So crochet. I'm making it's a scarf, V-stitch scarf, if I didn't say it before. So I'm actually really in love with the colours. I'm double stranding from the outside and the middle of the cake. So these are the two strands I'm working with at the moment. If you can see, purple and yellow. So that's the colour that's coming up at the top. Just cover my face. And then it goes to red and orange, and then green and yellow, purple again, and then green and blue, green and green, and then yellow and purple again. So it's just basically going through the rainbow, but twice over because I'm double stranding it. Okay, that's that one. Just move that out of the way. I've got a lot of stuff on my bed over here, so you can't see it, but yeah, I can see it. There's a lot of stuff there. I'm also working on a Tulsa tee. So there's a story to this yarn. I was originally making a Tulsa tee for my mum with this yarn held single, like just one strand of it. This what's it called? True Boo yarn in this colour. It's like a greyish colour. Sorry if the lighting's kind of crappy. It's nighttime or afternoon time at the moment. Well, actually it's nighttime. It's almost 6 o'clock p.m. So yeah, the lighting is my bedroom light basically, so it's not very good, but we'll deal with it for now. I've got the window open, so that should have some light. But yeah, so it's like a grey slate sort of colour. So I was single stranding it, and I didn't like how spacey or holy, how see-through, that's the word, see-through, how see-through the fabric was being that was working up single stranding it. So I frogged that, pulled it apart, and started double stranding it instead. And that has made a much better Tulsa tee. So I'll show you now what it looks like. So I'm basically past the point of where I was up to last time, the first time I made it. So now I'm up to this point here. I'm up to the second round of increases, and then I'll split for sleeves. So it's very bunchy, so excuse the bunchiness. There we go. That's the neckline. So I'll bring it closer so you can see. There. So that's my mum's Tulsa tee. It's much less see-through now. See how you can't really see through it anymore? If I hold it up like this, you can't see through it that much. But before, you could literally like see straight through it when you held it up. So it's much better now. I really like how it's turning out. I just need to get cracking with actually working on it. I've paused it for a little bit because this yarn kind of gives me, sorry for the new or popular word, but it gives me the ick. I don't like the texture of it. It's too slippery. So when I'm working on it, it has like, not that it does, but it just feels like that to me when I do work with it because of my, I don't know if I have sensory issues, but just when I work with it, it like feels like it's got like a coating on it, like a slippery coating. So when I work with it, it feels like that coating's now on my fingers or on my hands or between my fingers, and I don't like that feeling. But I just got to work with it. So that's my mum's Tulsa tea. Now, my current hyperfocus is, so besides the sweaters, all the sweaters I've showed you, sweaters or jumpers in Australia, sweaters and socks. I've been obsessed with socks. I finished, I think, about 4 pairs of socks. So I finished my dad's pair, 2 pairs, one each for 2 separate co-workers at my work, and my mum's pair. So I finished 4 pairs of socks since I've seen you guys last. I have a few single socks that are done, but no more pairs to show you. But I will show you what I'm working on. So, get it out of the way. So this, here's a finished sock. That one here. Here's my stitch markers to show where I'm up to so I can count my rows. So that's my sister's sock. I finished it not too long ago, actually, a couple of days ago. So that's the first sock of hers I finished. And then I have yet to cast on the second sock in this yarn. It's a cake of yarn. It comes in a hank and I wind it up into a cake. So I'm yet to cast on the second sock. This was done with 9-inch circular Chow-Goo needles. Medium size, and all my socks are Crazy Sock Ladies patterns. Just FYI. So this one's a vanilla sock. This one's for my mum, but was for me, but I don't like how big it's turning out, so I will just give it to my mum and then buy this yarn again and make another pair for myself, but smaller, because see how wide it is here. I don't like how that's turning out, because I found out from watching my previous video, I actually started on 2mm, and then this one, the second sock, so the first sock I did on 2mm needles, and then the second sock I've done on 2.5. So if you look at them side by side, the first one is way smaller than this one. So this I'll just give to my mum when it's finished. That doesn't really matter. And I'll just cast on another one smaller for myself. This is my sock I'm doing on DPNs. Kind of reminiscent to the original light blue socks I did. If you watched all my podcast episodes, these are very similar to the light blue socks that I did back in the day, I should say. They're on 2mm Chow-Goo DPNs. So here's the ball, what it looks like. There we go. That's what it looks like caked up. It's got like purple speckles in it and then little patches of neon green as well with the light blue colour. You just put that back. Otherwise I'll have to put all this back later and it's going to be a pain in my butt. But yeah. So that's another pair of socks. And then I'm also working on this pair of socks for my sister. They're almost finished. Literally all I have to do is kitchen of the toe. And then they're done. I just haven't had the can-do to do it. So they're very dark. They're actually like a blue colour. Like a midnight blue. I don't know if you can see that. There, midnight blue. So they're like a variegated sort of midnight blue shifting to almost black. So they're very dark in colour. But I'm working these 2 at a time on magic loop. Chow-Goo 40-inch cable and 2mm needles. So that's those ones. Excuse the creatively worded stitch marker. I've made some stitch markers for myself. Don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I've done some curse words in stitch markers for myself because I thought that was funny. So excuse the crudeness of my humour. Yeah, so that's my sister's socks. All I have to do is kitchen of the toe and then they will be done to give to her. I'm not going to block them she can just wash them when she's done wearing them. There's no point blocking socks if I'm just going to give them straight away to her. And then I have a sock bag on the side here of all my socks. These are, hopefully my auntie's not watching, but these are my gift to her. This is the, oh no, I have to look it up because I don't know the sock pattern. It's by Crazy Sock Lady, but the sock pattern is called, let me just find it. Sorry about this. It's the Shallow. That's the sock pattern name. So there they are. It's got a pattern across the front. I don't know if you can see the pattern. That's better. Sorry, I'm just leaning forward, straining my back. And it's this colorway from, all my sock yarns are from the same company. It is, I'll link it down below. It's the Fiore hand-dyed sock yarn by Muralbark Wool. It's an Australian company, or actually a Victorian company here in Australia. It's Victoria's a state where I live. Don't be a creeper. So they have hand-dyed sock yarn that I really like, and I've been using it for all my socks basically. So it's like a greyish pink colour. There it is in the caked up. And that's what it looks like as a sock. Here's the back. Just plain stocking it on the back. And I did a 2x2 rib for this sock. I'm loving 2x2 rib at the moment. All my older socks are 1x1. But ever since I started, or I learnt about it, that you can do that, or since I knew it existed, all my socks are now 2x2 rib because it's much stretchier than 1x1. So yeah, that's my sock. The first sock of, obviously a pair, for my auntie. So I'm working on that. I'm almost up to decreasing. I think I've got, how many rounds have I done? I've done just over 40 rounds. So usually about the 50th or 55th round of the foot, I then go into the toe and work the toe. All right, last pair of socks is for my mum as well. Now this one has a story. I started working on Chalgu 9-inch circulars on a 2.75, maybe a, 2.75 or something like that, or 3 even millimeter needles, and it was huge. The sock was huge. So I'm like, there's no way it's going to fit her. It's going to slip down her ankle. She will just not like it. So I recast them onto 2 at a time, and now I'm doing the, I think it's Wild Heart. Let me just have a look. Just looking at the pattern here on my phone. That's where I keep all my patterns. It's an app called, by the way, this app is called, that I use, is My Row Counter, is what it's called, My Row Counter. I keep all my patterns and my row counting in this app. Where am I up to? What was I doing? Yes. This sock pattern is called Wild Heart. Yes, I was correct. By Kaye YT, or the Crazy Sock Lady on Etsy. All her patterns are on Etsy, so if you look for any of these patterns, look for them on Etsy by Crazy Sock Lady Designs. That's where you're after. These are Wild Heart. They are a cable sock. So I don't know if you can see that. You can see the cables. There you go, that's probably a better shot of them. There you go. Alright, so I'm doing 2 at a time, and that's the colourway. It is a purpley, purple mixed with black and dark purple, really moody colourway. There you go, that's what it looks like. It's showing more berry on the camera, but it's more of a, it's more pinky on camera actually. It's more purple in real life. So that's those ones there. You will see me work on those in a couple shots in the knitting vlog that I'm going to film for you guys. So let me just clean up some of the stuff here. Alright, so that's all the socks I've been working on. I'm obsessed with socks, as you can see by how many I have. I had 10 pairs going at once, at one point. 10, obviously, single socks, or 10 2 at a time. Single, 2 at a time, but 10 individual different socks going at once. But now I've got, I think, 6, because I've finished 4 of them. So, yeah, doing pretty well. Love those socks. as you can see. Now, the next thing, sorry, I might work on during this video. I really want to finish my Pearson blanket by Tony Lipsy, TL Young Crafts. I am up to the very last row of this blanket. It's absolutely huge. I made it bigger than what she called for. Her pattern repeat is for a lap blanket, and I made a big blanket because I want a blanket to smother me on the couch, not just be a lap blanket. So it's just basically Tunisian simple stitch in rows. See, it just keeps going. And I will border it when I'm done. So I'm up to the very last. I had like 4 rounds last time I spoke to you guys. I'm up to the very last row, like basically growing out that way along here. Yeah, so that's the very last row I have to do on that, and then I'll be finished with that one. And I have to just border it a couple times with the colours that are in the blanket, and then it's finished, which will be great because I really love that blanket. It's very thick, very squishy. Tunisian simple stitch makes a very dense fabric, so I absolutely love how it's turning out. And last but not least, I will show you is, so if you guys remember my, what was it called? Puff quilt that I was making. I made 80 puffs and then I gave up. I was supposed to make 400. Wasn't going to happen. Let's be realistic here. So the yarn I had for it was like all kinds of Marvel from Spotlight acrylic yarn, variegated yarn. And I basically took all those yarns and held them triple stranded and am making a granny stitch blanket with them. So I'll show you the blanket, what I've got so far. Here's what it's quite a big blanket, like wide. Here's what I've got so far, if you can see. So that's how big it is. It's very wide, as you can see. See? So I'm holding this colour, this colourway, this colourway, and this colourway, triple stranded at once. So 3 strands going at one time into the blanket. If you can see here, that's where I'm up to, and it's the granny stitch blanket. So I basically hold 3 strands and just crochet along and keep going. So yeah, it makes a very dense granny square. I'll come closer and show you. So here's what it looks like up close. See all the colours? So yeah, it's very heavy. It will basically be a weighted blanket when I'm finished. But yeah, that's the last thing I have to show you. So, in this video, you'll just see little clips of me working on different things. I'll check in with you guys again when I finish the ribbing to my halibut sweater, the rust coloured one. And check in with you guys again maybe when I get through a bit more colour work on Mum's halibut sweater. And maybe check in also again when I get some leeway on some socks. And then we'll see where we're up to. See what we get completed in this video. And now I'll roll a couple clips of me working on some things. Alright, see ya around, I guess. Bye guys.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Alright. What do I normally say? Hi everyone, my name's Eli, my pronouns are they, them, and in this video clip, I should say, we'll be talking about Gabby's gaming segment. This is my sister Gabby.
Hi everyone.
She'll be talking about her, what is it, Switch?
I'll be discussing topics such as the Nintendo Switch Lite, which was the first console I had. I am currently playing on the Switch 2, and I'll be discussing some of my favourite games as well.
With that, I'll be knitting while she talks about that sort of stuff, and I'll be listening
with one ear, but I'm watching also Kelly threads while she's filming this. So I'll be here in the frame knitting, so if you're knitting along and just listening in the background, feel free to do so. Yes, we're in our pyjamas. Yes, I'm wearing the same pyjamas from 4 days ago. Mind your business. Alright, let's go.
Alrighty, so as I did mention, I started playing the Switch Lite, and that was a few years ago now. I don't remember roughly when. But the main reason why I bought a Nintendo Switch Lite is because I really do love a good handheld gaming console compared to a PS5 where you've obviously got it plugged in and you can't carry it anywhere with you. Now, in saying that as well, I had to get the Switch 2 considering it was very expensive.
Hold on, I'm just going to bleep this bit out. Eli, bleep this bit out.
So when I bought my Nintendo Switch Lite, I did not have any desired games at the time to actually start delving into. I know a lot of people would play games like Elden Ring, but that's not something that I'm really into. I'm not into games like that.
Why
or
though?
World of Warcraft or Fortnite. Damn it. Cut that out.
No, I'll ask questions if I want you to elaborate more. So like, why? Why do you not like those games?
I'm not really into like open world games like that or multiplayer games. The games that I do have on different consoles, I'm more of a one player gamer.
Is that first person?
Like a first person or just like a single player. Doesn't require any multiplayer or Wi-Fi kind of action.
Oh, and one thing, I'm working on my Moby sweater right now and a pair of socks. Continue.
Yeah, so in regards to the games, sort of, I do play, unfortunately, The Last of Us. As you can see, or maybe can't, I do have Ellie's sweat. Can you cut that out?
Yeah, well, I'll chop and change this video.
Anyways, as you guys can see, or maybe not, I have Ellie's tattoo here, and this is from The Last of Us Part 2. And if you can't tell, I am a huge fan of that game.
Well, you did get it tattooed on you for the rest of your life, so.
And actually, in terms of talking about The Last of Us, I do have a lot of hours into the first game, specifically with the PS5 version. I do have over 345 hours of that at the moment.
That's shocking.
With Part 2, I'd have to look that up, but it'd probably somewhere be between 200 and 300 hours on that, just because with Part 2 there is a lot more story and a lot more character development. Because you get to see two sides of the story to the world of Part 2. Whereas in Part 1, I guess there's just more of like a one-sided story, as you really only play as one character for most of it. And I don't really want to spoil the franchise for people who have not played that before.
Yeah, good idea.
But what I do want to talk about is a game that I am in love at the moment and I don't have a tattoo of yet. It is called Stardew Valley. If no one has heard of it, you should really watch like the trailer or preview of someone playing it. I don't have a recommended YouTuber or streamer that plays it.
Maybe one day not me, but Gabby will play where we share the screen and you can see what she's playing and whatnot, and she can walk you around the game and her characters and whatnot. But yeah, that's for another day. We're going to figure that out first.
That's definitely a good idea. That will take some time and probably money to figure that out because we would have to connect my Switch 2 to maybe a TV or even a laptop to
my computer.
Try and stream that. Yeah, so I don't know how to properly explain Stardew Valley, but you can play that as just either yourself, a single player, or you can play it as multiplayer, which I have not yet. And compared to games like The Last of Us or Until Dawn, there's not really like a desired goal or like a desired end to the game. There are tasks along the way though that you can do. So like for example, you do have to do tasks where you unlock a community centre and you do make friendships along the way with the characters in the game. But they are NPCs though, so if you do play single player, you can interact with the characters, but you can't portray any other characters in the game. But there are, I believe, if you do go into a relationship with one of the characters, you can reach up to 14 hearts with them. But with everyone else, the most amount of hearts is 10.
And what is hearts?
So basically, the question about the hearts is the more you interact with characters, or even pets for example, it will increase the relationship, the bond that you have with characters. You can have kids as well in the game, and just the main difference is that if you are same gender, so my character is a girl, so if I'm in a relationship with a girl, which I am, and that is with Leah, you can only adopt children. And with that, it's a 50-50% chance whether your first child will be a girl or the first child will be a boy. My first child is a boy, but I do not have a girl yet. Whereas if you are a girl and you marry a boy, you will be able to have kids, but it doesn't go into detail, I guess, in real life of where you do become pregnant and then all of that. Now, with the amount of hours I've put into the game so far, which has been maybe 4 or 5 months by now, it's been over 540 hours, which is a lot. However, I did start playing Stardew Valley well before I did get the Switch 2. What I will say though, comparing playing on the Switch Lite versus the Switch 2, is that the characters are way smaller on the Switch Lite compared to the Switch 2. So it's easier for me, being someone that wears glasses all the time. It's much better and easier for me to play the game on a bigger screen rather than trying to squint and pretty much play, as it is a game that I've spent so many hours on. Now I'm going to talk about some easy tasks and also some hard tasks that I found along the way. So there are achievements in the game, but when you are playing on the Switch, it doesn't come up like that you've earned points per achievement that you unlock. And I believe at the time of recording, or depending on which version you're playing, there are 39 different achievements, which I've unlocked most of those. Excuse me. So one of the achievements is called the Gourmet Chef, and that pretty much means you have to unlock every single area in the game, which, mind you, that does take some time. You need to basically unlock and cook all 81 recipes in the game.
Jeez. And how many have you done?
I've gone all 81.
Oh, okay.
But
Jeez.
I do have to pre-warn you guys, if you are playing Stardew Valley, or if you plan to, I don't want to say how long it will roughly take you. Some people say it might take you 3 or 4 years. It's taken me 7 in-game years to do that. It really just depends on the path that you want to go down. If you're a trophy hunter, that might take you 2-3 years. But then again, it really does depend what.
Is that in-game years or real person years?
In-game years.
Right.
Something else I do want to touch on real quick before I go on to the harder task is that every month in the game, so it goes from spring, summer, fall or autumn here in Australia, and then winter being the final month. Not month, sorry. Season, that's the word. They are all 28 days. So some of the tasks and quests that you do may take 28 days, might be 7 days, 2 days, 1 day. It just depends whether you've completed the community centre or not. But some of the 28-day quests, you will have to unlock parts of the different world. Yeah, so that is, I guess, one of the easier tasks that I've found in-game so far in terms of Stardew Valley. While I have not completed the whole game yet or achieved all achievements, definitely one of the difficult tasks, or I should say the most challenging yet. But however, we do not discuss Factor's challenge. And if you want to look that up on Google, YouTube, you'll find out why. We don't discuss Vector's challenge.
Okay, suspicious, but continue.
So the most challenging thing that I've found so far is to basically achieve 100% perfection in the whole game. Now the reason why I say that is because I've personally found that unlocking Ginger Island has been the most tough part of the world to try and unlock, because it requires rare items and it does take a lot longer than unlocking, for example, the community centre. And to even try and reach 100% perfection, you'll need to find Mr. Key on Ginger Island, which is very far west, and he'll have his own walnut room. Now, to get these golden walnuts is a very tough challenge in itself. However, if you are not a player that wants to go hunting for all of the 130 golden walnuts, there is an option in-game where you interact with the parrot and it will ask you, it depends how many of these golden walnuts you found, but I'm pretty sure from memory, for every golden walnut it costs 100,000 in-game currency to find another walnut, if you don't want to go searching around for the rest of the golden walnuts. Anyway, in Mr. Key's golden walnut room, there will be a perfection tracker. So basically it'll say how far you've gone in the game, if you have any foraged items that you've done, if you've planted certain things in the world, or even, for example, a golden clock. Now the golden clock, basically once you have built that, which costs 10 million in-game currency, if you have any fences or gates, it'll mean that they won't destroy over time, which if you're a farmer, that's definitely a great asset if you want to build that. But then again, depending how you set up your island or your farm, that will take a long time to accumulate that 10 million. Also, in this part of Ginger Island, you do have the option to complete quests in order to unlock key gems. Now, in Key's golden walnut room, you can use these gems to actually unlock things that you can't in the normal world. However, these tasks are actually difficult, and you can ask Eli themselves. There is actually a task back in the normal land where you have to reach, I believe, 50,000 points in a certain mini game, and that's set in the bar. Now, I've tried that several times, and I don't want to say the word crash out, but it's definitely a difficult task. I've reached, I believe, close to 43,000 points, but yeah, it's very difficult. If you want to try that one, I'm going to say good luck in advance, because that is one of the more tougher quests if you do unlock Key's Walnut Room. Also, with unlocking key gems as well, you can, I would say, you're more in luck if you go to the Skull Cavern on Calico Island, or Calico Desert, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Sure, it's not Calico.
Or Calico.
So that's
It might be Calico Desert, actually.
How do you spell it?
Calico?
Yeah, Calico. Like a cat.
Anyways, if you go to the Calico Desert, if you go to the Skull Cavern, you're actually more likely to get key gems from there. If you have the setting turned on for the Skull Cavern, where there's more powerful enemies in there, you're more in luck of unlocking certain key gems by defeating the bigger and more tougher bosses there. I do have to pre-warn you though that if you are a gamer trying to reach level 100 or deeper, that you have more of a chance of unlocking these key gems. As the deeper you go into the Skull Cavern, there's more of a chance of you getting those, and by defeating the slimes as well, they do have a higher chance of spawning as well. So, before I pass you back to Eli, I'm going to ask all the viewers right now what your favourite meme is at the moment. Favourite meme of the day, week, month, year. I have to say, unfortunately, it would be in the beninging for me.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry if I butcher that.
I'll put it in the video, yeah, clip of it, if I can.
So let Eli and I know in the comments below what your favourite meme is at the moment.
If you know what a meme is. I know I have some older viewers out there.
Or if you have,
not to age shame.
Or if you have any Vines or TikToks that are your favourites, let us know in the comments and you might get a shout out in the next video from either of us.
Oh, really? This wasn't run by me.
Anyways, I have been the chaotic and annoying Gamer Gabby, and I will pass you now to my creative sibling Eli, and hope to see you in the next video. See ya!
Hi humans, welcome to the end of video wrap up. In this end of video clip, I'll be showing you some not finishes, but things I've finished during the making of this video and stuff I've worked on during the course of this video on and off camera. So here is the first one, my halibut sweater. I did bind off the ribbing at the bottom of the body. So I have completed the ribbing on the bottom of the body, as you can see there, all bound off and finished. I do have to weave some ends in, there's a few loose ends, but other than that, the body's done. I did end up doing the 3 inches, 8 centimeters of ribbing on the bottom. I also started on the right sleeve. I am doing it magic loop, just due to the fact that I had a 16-inch cord that I could use to go around the sleeve, but my needles were too long from my liquor set to actually reach around and connect and be able to knit comfortably without stretching out the back side of it. So I had to do this magic loop on a 32-inch 4.5mm Chalgu needle I had spare lying around. So that's how I'm going to continue working on the sleeves on this. You'll probably see it in the next video, hopefully having a sleeve finished in the next video, or hopefully see me in the next video working on finishing the sleeve and then moving on to the left sleeve and continuing on with that before I finish with the halibut sweater, or my halibut sweater. I also want to show you, I randomly got the urge to work on my green and purple cardigan. You probably saw me working on it a couple podcasts ago. I've been working on it for a good while now, so I actually managed to connect the 2 front pieces and seam them up in the armpit. So they're all seamed up in the armpit, and I just have to attach the sleeves basically. Here's the other side. So all seamed up. Yeah, I'll give you a view of what it looks like. So that's that. Yeah, so I've seamed the 2 front pieces to the back piece, basically made a vest, but I will attach the sleeves next. So here's one sleeve I completed. You saw me in the previous clip working on this. I need to weave the ends in, but that's been bound off and I just have to attach it to the body of the cardigan. And then now I am working on the next sleeve. So this one's going to be all purple. So I've got the yarn here in purple, and I'm just working away on 9mm liquor needles with a 24-inch cord on the sleeve. There's no decreases on the sleeve or anything. It's just basically a straight up sleeve. There's no decreases or increases or anything. It's just one shape all along. So it's just a very simple, basic cardigan. Yeah, so that will probably be finished by in the next video, in the next craft vlog. And also one more thing I forgot to show you in the intro of this video is this Moby sweater I've been working on. Yes, I know there's 2 tones of yarn in here, different dye lots. So that's my Moby sweater. Here's a look at the cables. There's the knot cables. See, you can see the 2-tone. That's because I had 2 different dye lots of yarn for this one. Same yarn, same brand of yarn, same company, same colour lot, same colour, but it's just 2 different dye lots. Purchased a year apart, basically. So when I finish this cardigan, this sweater, I mean, sorry. When I finish this sweater, I'm going to make like little stitches along the line, so it looks like that 2 pieces of fabric have been stitched together, like roughly or crudely. So I'm going to do just like little faux stitches along the line of demarcation, basically, or the line of 2 different lots, and just make it look like 2 pieces. And I'll do it around the sleeves as well. Make it look like 2 pieces have been seamed together with like almost like, if you understand this reference, like Nightmare Before Christmas stitching on Sally, like those black thread stitches she does around her arms and her legs and on her dress and that sort of thing. So just kind of make it look like that, just so it gives a reason for the 2 different dye lots, rather than just having it look 2 different colours and just be complete and everybody can see that it's 2 different colours. So yeah, at least it looks more intentional than accidental, which it was accidental. But yeah, that's the way I'm going to fix it. And now last thing before we wrap up, I have been reading quite a bit, and I wanted to know if you guys want me to include in these crafting vlogs me reading and what I'm reading, what I think about the books I'm finishing, and basically a little mini reading vlog segment in these vlogs. So if you would like that, please just let me know in the comments and I'll include those. So at the moment I'm just because there's probably a clip in here at the end of me reading, or before this clip actually, of me reading on this Kindle. This is my Kindle Matcha. So that's the book I'm reading at the moment. I don't know if it's backwards or forwards. I haven't figured out this camera yet. It's probably a better view of it. So it's Nectar of the Wicked I'm reading at the moment, by Ella Fields. This is my Matcha Kindle. So the, let me see what edition it is so I can tell you. Sorry about this again on my phone. It's the 11th generation Kindle. So that's the matcha one there. And I also have the 2024 edition Coloursoft. So that's my Coloursoft. You can't really see the colour on the screen because it's kind of dark, but if you hold it this way you can see the colour a little bit, hopefully. Here's the back of it. I have a Kindle dangle I made myself on there, just with some random beads I had, and that's my pop socket that is MagSafe. So you can remove it. The magnet's very strong, but you can remove it, and that's my Kindle insert that is for the back. I got that from, what's it called? Quirky Cup Collective. I think they're an Australian brand. They make really nice Kindle inserts, and that is my one. And this is my pop socket, that one there. Just a moon and a star. Or the sun. Yeah, moon and sun, sorry. So that just clips onto the back, and yeah, I can move this from device to device because all my Kindles have the MagSafe ring on the back. So that's why that ring on there it's just a sticker that sticks on there, and it allows me to move my MagSafe pop socket from Kindle to Kindle without having to buy a whole new pop socket, basically. A pocket socket is this. That's just the name brand for this handheld little device thingy that goes in the back, and you can just hold it, read comfortably, and no problems holding it, and you just hold it in your hand like that. I like mine in the middle. Some people put theirs on the side here, but I like mine in the middle. That's just how I find it comfortable to read, like this. I don't really use it on my Matcha Kindle, the pop socket, because I find that it's quite small and it's very lightweight, so I don't really need to have the pop socket. If I did, you could see it would go between my fingers right there. So that's where my hand naturally rests on a Kindle. But yeah, at the moment I'm reading Nectar of the Wicked. I'm also reading, so I usually read one fantasy and one like romance or dark romance book at the same time, just to keep it my ADHD interested. So I'm also reading Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. It's the Devil's, I'm pretty sure it's the Devil's Night. Yeah, the Devil's Night trilogy. Or Devil's Night series, sorry. Not trilogy, series. I'm pretty sure there's 4 books in the series. I don't particularly like the first book. I am still reading it, but it is quite slow, if I just say so myself. I know other people haven't really talked about, or I haven't seen anybody talk about the Devil's Night series, the first book necessarily on its own, as this, like, discussing the first book. They say the series is fantastic, but in my opinion, the first book so far, I'm 50% of the way through it, and the plotline is not boring, but I understand where the plot's going and the reason for the book has been written and the way it's going about. And I'm not giving any spoilers, by the way. And I understand why the book is starting here, like the series is starting here, but I'm just not finding much interest in the characters, and like I connect to the characters a little bit, but the male character I don't really care for, and the female character, she's okay. I'm not too particular about her, but she's alright. I like her so far. But yeah, the plot is quite slow. That's all I'm going to say on that. Is so far it's slow. I know it will probably pick up and I'll be hungry for the next one as soon as I finish it, but at the moment it's kind of dragging a little bit. If you want any more like book reviews or me talking about books and or me talking about Kindles, my opinions on each Kindle, like the Kindle Matcha and my Kindle Coloursoft 2024 edition. That's the Kindle Coloursoft Signature Edition, 32GB, not the 16 plain or 16GB Coloursoft new 2025 edition. This is the older one, 2024. So it's the signature version with the auto adjusting light and the what's the other thing that's got? Auto adjusting light and something else. I forgot. Something to do with the warm light. It can do. So that's the 2024 edition. If you want me to talk about anything else book related, I can in the next video. But as of the moment, that's all from me. Make sure you guys stay hydrated out there and take care of yourselves, continue crafting, and I'll see you in the next crafting vlog. Bye guys.